Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Wednesday, April 27th at 1 p.m. here in Northern California. We're taking a look at this market, at this Bitcoin chart. And I don't know what the big deal is, folks. All looks well to me. I don't see any problems on this chart, so let's just jump right in and see. First of all, we are in a huge bull flag here, folks. And all I see is we've made a higher high, and now we're making higher lows. And all I see on this chart is the potential of coming down and testing this trend line again, either this week or next week, at around 36,500. We could wick down to 35,742. But it looks to me like that is probably the worst case scenario. Taking a look at the daily chart, once again, we're looking at a retest of 35,000. Now, I do see the possibility of us wicking beneath 35,000 and coming back down to retest about 32,000, a little more than 32,000. That is a distinct possibility, but it's also a possibility that we have support right here at 37,565. I was expecting a retest of 37,500. I made this chart a week ago. Sent it out to my Patreon group and have not changed it. Everything is still in order. So all looks well to me, folks. It doesn't look like a big deal at all. Now, I know I'm, I know you don't like to hear that because we don't like pullbacks at all. I totally understand. I was believing and hoping for a breakout sooner than now. It's taking longer than I anticipated, but take a look at this. So first of all, the thing that we got to understand, every time we see breakouts like this, we become euphoric. This is it. It's going to explode. The whole market's going to explode. But then a breakout is always followed by a pullback. And whenever we see a pullback like that, we start to get, discouraged, right? We go from euphoria to devastation, right? And that's the crypto bust that we're on. We keep going through that over and over again. But here is the great blessing. Number one, we see that these breakouts, they cannot go on forever. We cannot have an infinite progression of green candles. There's a group of green candles that goes up, and then there's a group of red candles that goes down. The only thing we're looking for is that when the red candles go down, they don't go as far down as they were before the green candles went up. And that is progress in the crypto market. That's how it happens. Well, if we look at this, if we take a look at this altcoin chart, what I'm seeing is that we've been bearish for the last 23 days, right? We've been bearish for 3 weeks. Now, prior, really, we were bullish for 20 days, for a little less than 3 weeks, right? Well, we can add this day here. 3 weeks bullish, 3 weeks bearish, okay? So 21 days, 23 days. All I'm saying is this bearish progression cannot go on forever. It looks like we've got support right on this trend line. And what I'm saying is that we can get another breakout just like this. It might take a few more days for us to have that breakout. But once we break above this line of resistance, we could actually move up to test the top of this line again, somewhere around 1.5 trillion. And that would be about a 50% burst for the altcoin market, which would actually be better than the return we got here. This was only about 36%. If we get 50% here from where we are now, that would be pretty epic. 48%, that would be pretty epic. Now looking at the RSI, it's just so simple. The RSI moves up and then the RSI moves down. It moved up into an ascending narrowing wedge, and now it's moving down into a descending narrowing wedge. Whenever you see an ascending narrowing wedge, it's going to turn bearish at some point. Whenever you see a descending narrowing wedge, it's going to turn bullish at some point. And so I'm expecting a turnaround. Now, 67% of the time, we break bullish out of these descending narrowing wedges. And if we break bullish out of here and start moving up again into the oversold territory up here, the price will also move up and reach for the top of this line again. And so that's the breakout that I'm expecting. Taking a look at XLM, we've broken down, but we've got solid support on the line here. This is a weekly chart. Taking a look at Dogecoin. Doge, we had a breakout in the RSI and then a breakout in the price right above the trend. We've come back down to retest the line, just like here in the RSI. We came down, retested the line, and broke. Now we've come down and retested the line and bounced. And so we're honoring the top of this line. As soon as we get some volume, I mean, if you look over here, there's just zero volume. The volume is almost nothing. But as soon as we start seeing some volume, like unto the volume we saw over here, we should pump towards these targets. Yeah, maybe not $10 by the end of this year, but that's an eventual target for me. I think by August, I'm looking at about $1.50. I think that target, $1.50 to $2, seems feasible to me in my book. Taking a look at XRP, I was expecting us to bounce. I put this chart out a week ago. I was expecting us to bounce at 62.2 cents. We bounced a little bit higher, 62.8 cents. So I called it within a half a cent of the bounce. Got a nice bounce in the RSI. We moved down into the oversold territory. Once again, just like what goes down, what goes up must come down. What goes down typically goes up. That at least if there's any viability in the asset itself. Taking a look at THETA token, same thing. We came back down to this line. I'm not redrawing these charts. This line was there. We came down, bounced at that line. We did break beneath in the RSI, but we did get a solid bounce in the RSI, and so that bounce looks something like this. Could be that we're falling into a falling wedge in the RSI, and if that's the case, that means 67% of the time we're going to see a bullish break from that wedge. So just kind of looking at it, we could see it like this as a wedge that we're coming to the end of. And if we get a bullish break from there, we should expect a bullish break in the price as well. Now, this to me, Cake Token, this is the greatest opportunity in the market right now. And the reason why Cake Token is the greatest opportunity in the market right now is because PancakeSwap.finance, PancakeSwap has released new pools, basically a brand new staking protocol and brand new smart contracts. And so if you had Cake staked before, you need to unstake it. And you unstake it by going to pancakeswap.com/migration. And you'll see old pools. If my wallet was connected, you would see the old pools that I was in. You simply find the auto cake pool or whatever Cake Token pool you were in, unstake, and then go back to pools. And all of your Cake Token will go back to your wallet here. Now look at this. I just migrated mine today. There's a variable APY of 9.64%. Okay, that's pretty low. But the locked up APY is 206.66%. Guys, if you lock it for 1 year, 365 days, you're guaranteed 206.66% APY. That is crazy, guys. That is nuts. That is nuts. That means if you put in 1,000 Cake Token, you should have a little over 3,000 Cake Token in a year. So that's crazy. That's a better APY than we're getting in the T-bill liquidity pool. And you don't need any NFTs to be multipliers for this. You just buy Cake Token and you stake it here on PancakeSwap.finance, and you're going to get that 206%. So I think this is going to really bring some heat into the Cake Token world. This is version 2.0 for PancakeSwap, and I'm expecting my target is about $42. And then once we break above that target, I'm looking at $145. That's what I'm expecting by August, $145. So, I mean, imagine this. Think of this. This, to me, is the biggest opportunity in the market right now. If we do hit $145, that's 18x times 2, because basically you're 200%. 18x times 3. So what is that? 5,400%, basically. If we hit $145, you staking your cake, and locking it in for a year, that's 5,400%. So 54x on your investment. That's pretty epic if you ask me. Secondly, I've got much higher targets here, much higher long-term targets for Cake tokens. So this to me is the greatest opportunity in the market right now. This is like retirement level stuff. Like if my Cake token does this, that's it. I'm retired. I win. All right, folks, I know this is quick, but this is all I got for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I see in the market, but I want to reiterate that all looks fine to me. All looks well. I think we're going to see a retest of $35,000, most likely. 35,000, 35,500, somewhere around there. I don't think we're going to break beneath that. I really don't. I could be wrong, of course. So just take what I say with a grain of salt. But above all else, make it your aim to sleep in peace every day, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic, signing out.